What's up, everybody? It's Dynasty Mirror Search for a Guru. Let's get some more people in the chat room here. But thank you for joining on this Sunday afternoon, rainy afternoon here in Atlanta. I know I haven't done a live stream in a couple of days, but want to apologize about that. I actually went to Mobile, Alabama on Friday and had the opportunity to sit down and chop it up with Queen Mother Dowoti Nasir and Say Majesty Huna Dagbo Hunan, who is the Supreme Chief of Voodoo worldwide. And we visited the burial site of Cujo, who was as far as it's been documented, the second to last slave who passed away, uh, who came from actually Dahomey, Benin Republic, to Mobile, Alabama, to an area called Africatown on the slave ship Clotilda, which was just recently found. So we visited his gravesite. I wasn't there for the libations that were poured the day before, but I had the opportunity to interview and discuss the impact of Cujo with Saint Majesty Dada Dagbo and with Queen Mother. So I enjoyed that. And again, Cujo came on the last recorded, well, it was illicit, but the last slave ship to come to America that brought illegal cargo, which were the slaves. He was one of the last surviving slaves to come to America from Africa. So was in Mobile yesterday, Friday. Well, today's Sunday. I was there Friday, left Saturday morning. So enjoyed myself, which I wish I could have stayed longer. Saint Majesty is going to be in America to end of July. So I know there's some other events coming up on the East Coast. So I will keep you guys posted if you guys want to meet Saint Majesty. Now, today's topic, I really want to speak on I know there's been some tension between Cujo Lewis, correct? I know there's been some tension between Nigerians and Ghanaians in Ghana. Obviously, we know there's tensions with Nigerians pretty much everywhere. And this is the thing. I'm not here to make it seem as if us Nigerians are innocent. I know we be involved in some shit. I know we do. I know we are. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that we are uh, the victims here. I'm not definitely not going to do that. I'm not here to do that. But my problem is, I hear from what the comments I've been hearing, well, listening, and the commentary and the videos I've been listening to, and seeing, it seems as if, I mean, people are trying to make it seem as if Nigerians are threatening the sovereignty of African nations. And it's just this. The reality is the only reason why people are going after Nigerians the way they are. And again, Nigerians are not perfect. I know Nigerians are involved in a lot of BS. I already know it. I already know it. I mean, you had Nigerians not too long ago who went to Dubai just to rob a bank. Who does that? I mean, who does that? But again, we have people who are trying to leverage that as if Nigerians are threatening the sovereignty of African countries. And I want to address that. So, Nigerian and Ghanaian merchants have been bumping heads up. I know in one market in Ghana, I think in Kumasi or in Accra, they want to kick the Nigerians out. And one of the excuses that is being used is that Nigerians are undercutting the Ghanaians in regards to pricing of products. And this is the problem I have with that. You haven't ran the Lebanese out of Ghana, who undercut damn near all the Africans in West Africa when it comes to products. Same thing with the Chinese. Same thing with the East Indian. You don't want to run them out of Ghana. You don't want to run them out of West Africa. And they have been undercutting the African in regards to prices on products for decades. But for some reason, you want to run out the Nigerian. Damn near, as far as importing of products, like when I made Cotonou Benin, as far as the fabric, the Ankara fabric, the African print, Lebanese control that. Pretty much in West Africa, Lebanese control the import-export game. The Lebanese are the ones who wholesale to the African merchant on the ground. But you guys don't want to run them out and cut them out. But you guys want to cut out and get rid of the Nigerian. When it comes to natural resources, gold, chocolate, foreign nationals control those industries in Ghana and in Nigeria and in Africa in general. But you don't want to run these foreign national companies out, but you want to run out the Nigerian. I mean, the list goes on. And again, I'm not saying Nigerians are perfect. I know Nigerians be involved in some shit. I know. But again, if this is about undercutting prices, and you've been allowing the Lebanese and the Chinese and the East Indian to undercut you for decades, why now have this energy towards Nigerians? When you should have that same energy for the Lebanese and the Chinese and the East Indian. And I always tell this story. First time I went to Africa, I went to Tanzania. And I remember telling my African friend that, hey, I'm going to Tanzania, I'm excited. And he told me, Dinas, there's no racism in Africa. There's no racism in Africa. Dinas, you Black Americans, you guys are too militant. We don't need that. We don't need that in Africa. You Black American, you are too militant. There's no racism. I said, okay. So I go to Tanzania. The Indians ran everything in Tanzania. The East Indian runs everything. Prove me wrong. I go to Zanzibar, which is an island outside of Tanzania. The shops, Indians, East Indians ran them. And then what they'll do, they'll hire Maasai to protect the shops, like as security, or to work in the shops. And I remember I go into one of these shops and the East Indian is yelling. I mean, I don't speak Swahili, but I know rhythm, tone, and content. I know when somebody's getting cussed out. And I remember the Indian shopkeeper yelling at the Maasai, his Maasai or African worker. And I was like, whoa. And so I said, you shouldn't talk to your employees like this. You shouldn't talk like that. And he just started going off on a tangent of how, the African is lazy and all this other stuff. They don't want to work. Same things in South Africa with the whites and the Indians. Same thing in West Africa with the Lebanese and the Chinese all over. So I said to myself, it's obvious that Indians, Chinese, Lebanese, whites, they're not getting the don't be militant and racist memo when they go to Africa. But for some reason, a Black American got the memo. But they're not getting the memo. And see, that's my problem. Again, Nigerians perfect? Absolutely not. They be involved in some shit. Because somebody brought up in the chat, well, Nigerians were kidnapping. Okay, absolutely wrong. And in that kidnapping case, which is still wrong, and the Nigerian who was involved needs to be locked up and put under the prison. He conspired with Ghanaians, and Ghanaians were involved. But you just want to talk about the Nigerian. But Ghanaians were involved. But again, that Nigerian needs to be buried under the prison. But then you have cases of Chinese. Don't believe me, look it up. In Ghana, murdering Ghanaians. Don't believe me, look it up. Abusing Ghanaians. Don't believe me, look it up. Illegally mining. Don't believe me, look it up. And we talked about these stories before. But I don't see Ghanaians going after the Chinese in the same manner that they're going after Nigerians. Don't believe me, look it up. Look up the case when the Chinese, it was a Chinese businessman who was standing outside and he owed money to, I think it was a Ghanaian contractor, I think a plumber. The Chinese man killed him in broad daylight. Don't believe me, look it up. You had this Chinese lady in Ghana who was illegally mining, who killed Ghanaians. She got off scot-free. Should I continue? Chinese smuggling in illegal guns. But again, you won't see the Ghanaian going to attack the Chinese, but he'll go after the Nigerian. Don't believe me? Look it up. This is all documented. I bring receipts. Chinese are involved in a lot of illegal activity in Ghana. But that we don't see the Ghanaian demanding the Chinese to get the hell out of the country. Same thing in South Africa. Whites and Indians control everything in South Africa. But not only the Nigerian, the Somalian, the Ethiopian, the South African will attack them, beat them up in broad daylight, burn them in broad daylight, but they won't dare do that to the Indian or the white or whoever who they feel is, because for some reason they feel like the African threatens South African sovereignty more than the people who still controls their sovereignty, which is the European and the Indian controls when you go to Durban is ran by East Indians, period. Period. But for some reason, the Nigerian is blamed for everything. And again, I'm not saying Nigerian is perfect. Here we go. That's her name. Is it Aisha? Is that her name? Aisha Huang? Hold on. Here we go. Aisha, the inside story of how I'm gonna put the link to this in the chat room. The inside story of Aisha Wang. I watched her shoot a Ghanaian dead, former associate. A former associate of deported Chinese illegal miner has opened the lid on the Galaxy Queen, who puffed up by colluding horde of security officials unleashed a reign of terror. Let's see here. The eye opener, Christian Ado Kufor told Joy FM Super Morning Show Thursday he witnessed Aisha Wang pull out a gun and without flinching load bullets into a Ghanaian, killing him instantly over a misunderstanding. Come on, people. Again, are Nigerians perfect? Absolutely not. But where is that same energy for them? Guys, hit that like button as you come into the chat room. Hit that like button as you come into the chat room. And then what you'll have Ghanaians defending the Chinese. They were shooting Ghanaians in the BA gold mines. Yeah, Julius Malema addressed the same issue. Again, I'm going to say it again. Are Nigerians a problem? I'm not saying they don't start some crap. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're innocent. Absolutely not. But again, have that same energy for everybody else. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Asante, there were Ghanaians involved with that kidnapping. Those Nigerians did not act alone. At the same, I'm not giving the Nigerians a pass. They should be buried under the prison for doing what they're accused of doing. But again, Ghanaians were involved in that kidnapping. And I know Nigerians are involved in crime. I'm not saying they're not. I know they are. But let's not sit here and pretend that the Chinese, the Lebanese, and the whites aren't. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Guys, just hit that like button. Now, what does this have to do with Donald Trump? Donald Trump has become the scapegoat for everything. Now, I watched the Central Park 5 documentary. I watched the Khalif Bauer documentary, who was the brother who was sent to Rikers Island for 3 years awaiting trial for allegedly stealing a backpack. Let me stop there. So this documentary was produced by Jay-Z. The same Jay-Z that supported Hillary Clinton, who called black men super predators, whose husband's behind a 94 crime bill. The same 94 crime bill that locked up all of Jay-Z's homies, who he cries about in his songs, who were wrongfully locked up. He still supports her. Khalif Bauer story. So I watched, it was a 6-part series. It's a 6-part series. I watched all 6 parts. So the people behind, for the most part, in power, we keep yelling this black girl magic. Black girl this, black man in power. The people who are leading, who are, I guess, in power during this whole Khalif Bauer situation were all black. The president of the Correction Officer Union was a black man. The judge was a black, that kept delaying the case, was a black woman. I mean, just about everybody was black. They were all sellouts. Are there some black people in position of power that are doing good? Absolutely. But some are just sellouts. But at the end of the movie, before he rolled the credits, here comes a picture of Donald Trump. I'm like, what does Donald Trump got to do with Khalif Bauer? What does Donald Trump have to do with Khalif Bauer? Is Khalif Bauer? I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. Everybody involved in the cover-up and keeping that black man in prison were black and were Democrats. Guys, hit that like button, please, as you come in. So what does Donald Trump have to do with that? Central Park 5. Okay, I understand the ad he took out in the, I think the Wall Street Journal or New York Times. I get it. But everybody involved in that cover-up were all Democrats. Linda Fairstein, Democrat. Donald Trump at the time, Democrat. All these prosecutors, they're all Democrat. But for some reason, Trump is the boogeyman. He's being blamed for everything. That's what I don't understand. What does Donald Trump have to do with Khalif Bauer? What does Donald Trump have to do with Khalif Bauer? Then I'm watching 16 Shots, the documentary about Laquan McDonald, and that cover-up. Everybody involved in the cover-up, Democrats. The boy Ron Emanuel, Democrat. They're all Democrats. Ron Emanuel, the killer cop protector, Democrat. I think the D at that time, Democrat, Hispanic lady. So much for the black and brown coalition. They're all Democrats. All of them. But for some reason, Donald Trump is the fall guy for shit that happened before he was in office. Ron Emanuel was endorsed. In fact, racist Ron Emanuel, the killer cop protector, served on Barack Obama's team, or whatever you want to call it, cabinet, whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying. So like now it's popular to go after Donald Trump because he's low-hanging fruit. But when all this shit was going on, the same people like Jay-Z, who's going after Donald Trump, was just status quo. See, I worked in corporate America for 12 years, or about 10, 11 years. I know a status quo, corporate, check the box guy when I see one, because I used to be one. So I know all these documentaries that are coming out, they're not serious. They're not being sincere. Because don't sit here and tell me, don't vote for Donald Trump, or you're going to go vote for Joe Biden. Don't tell me we have to pick the least of two evils. Don't tell me that, hey, we know they're both racist, but hey, we got to pick the least of two evils. I mean, we just got to. Then you're not serious about changing the system. So I'm not going to be on here long, but I wanted to peace everybody. I just wanted to, I just wanted to speak on that. A lot of people were bringing it up. and I wanted to give my take on it. But yeah, don't sit here and pretend that Nigerians are threatening the sovereignty of your country when everybody else gets to come in and undercut your pricing, illegally do this, illegally do that. Let's stop. Let's stop. Now Monday, I will let you on, but to be fair and balanced, if there is a Ghanaian who is willing to come on, if there's a Ghanaian who is willing to come on, then Monday I will let you on. I think, like I said, that's fair. So if there's a Ghanaian who would like to come on, you're more than welcome. Then Monday I will send you the link. Again, like I said, stop you blaming. Again, the only reason why Nigerians get the blame because they're low hanging fruit because of the reputation. That's all. That is all. But I'll put my email in the chat room. If you are a Ghanaian and you want to come in, send me an email, and then Monday I got you, and I will send you the link as well. I just want to make sure this is balanced. You know. Oh, so just announced another tour. We're doing another tour in November. So people who are interested, shout out to Amadou. People who are interested in coming on the tour in November, I just announced it. And then if you want to come in August, let me know. The tour is August 12th through the 19th. So if you want to come in August, still let me know. But also, we will be doing a tour November 6th to November 12th. We're going to Oruwo, which is my kingdom. And we're going to be having 2 festivals there. So you are more than welcome to come. Oh, Sishay, I haven't forgot about you. So you guys are more than welcome. In fact, Sishay, I'll see if Learn Somali can come on tonight. I'll send him an email. So you guys are more than welcome to come to Nigeria with us in August and also again in November. We're going to have a great time. We have a lot of things lined up. I know you guys will enjoy it. So, yeah, send me an email. If you want to come on the tour in August, send me an email. Guys, I have posted the, if you check the, I guess, the community tab on your phone, the flyer's there. If you're following me on Instagram and Facebook, I've already posted the flyer for the tour. I will continue to post it. Let me check my inbox, see if I have any emails, people who want to hop on. I don't. So, guys, I'll go ahead and check out. But once again, thank you for joining. Make sure you go to Dynasty Mirror. Make sure you go to Search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for joining. Again, continue to share the videos. Continue to stay tuned. I really appreciate it. Dynasty Mirror, Search for Uhuru. Until next time, family. Peace.